I walked in the league, a 22-year-old man with a 16-year-old inside of me screaming for help. And I would not ask for it. I would not ask for that help. But today, guys, I take my medicine every day, and I try to inspire others to do the same. And that's because I finally listen.
Probably the most surprising thing, no one was prepared for it, was you talking about bipolar disorder. Why'd you pick that platform?
Because that was the hardest fight that I ever fought. I lost everything. I lost my family, money, everything. I lost a lot of stuff because I would never come to grip that I had bipolar. I just wanted people to know it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. When I get an opportunity to get in front of people, to really be able to reach people, I want them to understand, first of all, find one thing in your life that you're willing to live for. And if you find that one thing, then finding help is easy.
You know, one of the things about you, you've been opinionated, you've not afraid to show your emotions, whether it's announcing Chido Awuzie as a draft pick of the Dallas Cowboys in Philadelphia.
And on behalf of the five-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, all the Cowboy players that played before me, that played with me, and played after me.
Or showing your emotions when you were snubbed by the Hall of Fame most recently.
Oh, God, didn't get it. They broke my heart. They broke my heart. And they did it like this. They strung it out like this.
Where does that come from?
I don't know where it comes from because I'm virtually actually an introverted guy. So for some reason, when I get to do stuff like this, or when I get out in that public eye, I become another Drew Pearson. I don't know where that comes from. Even when I'm around my family, I don't hardly say anything. They do all the talking, and I'm just there listening. Oh, Grandpa, they talk about me. I'm right there. What are we going to do with Grandpa? Well, I'm sitting right there. What do you mean what you're going to do? Ask me,
Where could Quincy Carter's career have gone if it hadn't gotten off track, off the field?
I would have had that career, I think, personally, and I don't like to bring up his name, but he even said it in the interview. And I would have had that Tony Romo career. He was a fierce competitor. I love playing with Romo, good teammate at the same time. But I really think, that would have been me, having that 10 to 12-year career as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. But hey, that's looking in hindsight. I didn't do the things necessary to be that guy for that many years. And so, in the end result of it, I'm here talking to you about resurrecting my life. You know what I mean?
What was your low point?
My low point was police knocking on my door, handcuffing me, and saying that I had sexually assaulted someone. I'm really sorry for what happened in Southern California, but I have no memory of the act, zero. I pleaded no contest because I had no defense, but it wasn't a pattern. It's one of the most regrettable days in my life.
Do you ever stop and say, wow, I have this amazing journey I've lived, but here's where my football career should have gone?
Well, I say, God let me go as far as he wanted me to go, and then he needed me to do something else. He needed me to help alcoholics and drug addicts. He took me to the lowest low to make an example.
If there's one lasting memory you would like people to have about Hollywood Henderson or Thomas Henderson or Thomas Hollywood Henderson, what's the lasting memory you want people to have of Thomas Henderson?
He recovered.
Did you seriously consider running for president?
Yes. Yep. And my family said no. I have 3 kids, my wife, and it was a 4-1 vote against. Why?
Yeah.
Because I think we're missing leadership. I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't have any allegiance to anybody or anything other than the American people. And that's not the case right now in politics. It's about which party and being partisan and being extreme. And that's just not me. And I don't think that's really the core of the American people, especially right now. We don't, we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're dealing with it like it's a partisan issue. Should you wear a mask or not wear a mask? We don't know, as we said earlier, who to trust. There's nobody, at least at the beginning, there were press briefings where you had doctors out there talking about things that hopefully we can learn from. There's none of that even. I mean, it's crazy. And, when you have a dearth of leadership, you get people who extend to the extremes. And that was why.
How did you celebrate that Super Bowl win? You had a party and Jerry had a party, right?
Oh my God. Here's exactly what happened. So we had a big party, the game's not over till late. So we get in there late and, so we're there all night long. We commandeered a bus about 4 o'clock in the morning. Someone said, Jerry's got a party down there under a tent. I said, oh yeah, I'm supposed to have been at that. What happens is that I get a bill about 2 weeks after the Super Bowl. And I get this bill, and it's $28,000 for that party that one night. I said, oh, I need to talk to Jerry about this sometime. And I kept getting this bill every month, and I wasn't doing anything about it. So I walked into his office. I take the bill. I sit down in front of him. You know how Jerry sticks his tongue up in his jaw and like that, stares like, well, got tongue around his jaw. I'm sitting there, and I got my hat in my hand, and I said, this damn party I had cost me about $29,000. And he says, oh, let me tell you something. That's the first words he speaks. He says, well, I had a party that night too. And mine was down around the tent, and I had Toby Keith, I had Reba McEntire, and you didn't come. And that damn thing cost me $400,000. And so you pay yours, I'll pay mine. I didn't say a damn word about it. I said, I understand. I got up, I walked out. And so what happens, I didn't get a bill that month from the Buttes Hotel. So obviously someone's paid it. I didn't pay it, but I quit getting bills from them, see. So I would get around, be at a cocktail party or somewhere, and Jerry would be standing around, and I'd tell the story. And I said, I never figured out today who paid that damn bill. And of course, Jerry never say anything, just kind of smile. But all he wanted to do was scold me.